Hey guys, welcome to the vlog. We just got to Hilo on Big Island and we just arrived at the Airbnb, so I'm going to give you a little tour of it real quick. It's like a full house this time, so it's a lot more space than we had on the last ones. But basically, walk over here, got a bathroom, nice little spot. And then you have 2 bedrooms, one over here. Obviously we only need 1 bed, but either way. Got a little lookout right over here to the ocean. And then right out here we'll go to the kitchen. It's kind of that not as modern vibe, but still very nice. They left us a little bottle of Prosecco in the fridge, which nobody else did, so we'll be taking advantage of that for sure. And then let's get to the outside where you can see the good view. Basically, it's like a big deck, and right when you walk out, this is what you see.
Hi, vlog.
Here's Brooklyn first. But here's the view for you though. Got lots of greenery, and then right down there there's like a black beach. And you can even go over here as well if you want to eat some food. It's very windy though. But look, here's the beach. And then also they say that you can see whales out here since it's whale season, so we'll have to keep a lookout and see if we can see some humpbacks.
Good morning, guys. We are actually on our second full day here in Big Island. If you can hear our car in the background, just pretend you can't. It's kind of a jank little car, I'm not gonna lie. It kind of is honestly summing up our experience here. But yesterday we didn't get too many clips. We went to try to find some waterfalls that we could go in, and it was honestly quite the fail. The first one we went to, there was just no waterfall. We drove an hour and a half.
Hiked 2 miles.
We drove to the wrong spot first, then we drove another 30 minutes. We hiked 2 miles, and when it said we arrived, there was no water at all. So we then went to find some different ones. I actually fell asleep in the car. It was just that kind of day. And on our way, we found a different waterfall that was called Akaka Falls, and it was just a lookout, so we couldn't get in any water, but it was still really pretty. Then we got some birria tacos that we found. That place was actually really good. I'm glad that we went there. And then we drove to a different waterfall. It was called Rainbow Falls. That was also just another lookout, so no getting in the water, unfortunately. And then we tried to go to another one, and apparently you have to have a permit to go in. So it kind of sums up how yesterday went. After all that, we just kind of relaxed back at the Airbnb, did some editing. Nothing too crazy, but I'll go ahead and insert some of the clips from that from yesterday in right here.
We just arrived in Kona, which is on the other side of the Big Island, like an hour and a half from Hilo where we're staying. And we're doing a little boat tour today, and I think they provide us with like lunch and stuff, so we're gonna basically go.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
so
they give us lunch, and then we're gonna go snorkel and bring us to some cool spots and whatnot. So that's what's on the agenda for today, and then we'll probably go and explore the town of Kona before we head back to Hilo again. And we might go up a like a mountain that's called Mauna, and it's a 13,800 foot elevation. Yeah. So really high up there, it gets really cold, and you can see like the sunset. It's apparently really pretty, so we might hike that too at one point.
We actually didn't even know about this place. We were on the phone with my parents yesterday, and they were telling us that when they were here in, I want to say it was last September, they did this, and they were like, oh, make sure you bundle up, which we didn't know this was a thing, so we didn't really pack the proper clothes for this. So hopefully we don't freeze. We brought some blankets and some warmer-ish clothes. Preston doesn't even have pants, so that'll be fun. But it's like a observatory of the sky, so hopefully we can get some clips of that. I mean, it might not show up very well on camera, but we'll try. But yeah, for now we're just gonna go into our snorkeling tour. our snorkel tour about 3-4 hours ago. We had a really amazing time there. At the beginning of the tour, the guide told us that he wanted to go a different route than they normally do. I guess that a couple of his friends had recently come into contact with a pilot whale, is what it's called, which I've never heard of this before, but so we ended up going off to that separate route and seeing the pilot whales, which they're actually dolphins, I guess. They're really closely related to orcas, which are also dolphins, if you did not know. And they were like these big black blobs. Preston kept calling them sausages in water. But yeah, we stopped there for a while and saw them. And the guide actually asked if anyone wanted to jump in. He did say, though, like, just so you know, with these whales are, I think they were called like a white tip shark. I don't know the exact name, Preston would know it, but he was like, so if you don't want to be in the water with a shark, I wouldn't go in. So it kind of freaked me out a little bit, I'm not gonna lie, but Preston hopped right in and started swimming with them, and I kind of got a little bit jealous, I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, he swam with them, got some really cool clips of them. I probably already put them in the video before this, but after that we just kind of stayed watching them for a while, and we were planning on leaving, but someone asked if they could get back in the water with them. So he checked, and he actually said they were like just straight vertical up and down, bobbing up and down, some of them. So he was like, oh, actually, I thought they were leaving, but it looks like they're sleeping. So sure, let's just hop right back in. So this time I was like, oh my God, I have to do it. I absolutely love whales, specifically orcas. So I was like, if I don't get in, I'm gonna regret it. So I got in. It was really freaky, I'm not gonna lie. It was like deep ocean water, about 6,000 feet deep, I wanna say he said. It was just straight blue. It was almost hard to even see in the water, but we got up pretty close. And so we did that for a while. That was a really, really cool experience. And then we went over to our snorkeling spot, did that for a while, saw some cute little fish, some little like rainbow colored fish and eels and whatnot. And then we finished up, came back. On the way back we actually saw some dolphins as well that are local to Hawaii. And then yeah, we went and got a coffee, and then Preston wanted to do some more snorkeling, so we came to a beach that's in the same area. I'm not sure what it's called, but I'll put it on the screen. And yeah, I've just been reading my book. I actually forgot my Kindle, so I've just been reading on the Kindle app on my phone, but my book is getting really good. And yeah, Preston's just doing some snorkeling, so that's pretty much all we're up to at the moment.
We just made it up to the Mauna Visitor Center, and shortly we'll have a really pretty view for you guys. But side note, we almost didn't make it up here because the car we rented is not a nice car, to say the least. And I think it's like an '05 Nissan, forget the name of it, but it's a little SUV. And I was pinned to the floor on the way up here, and we almost started rolling backwards. So we had to turn around, go back down, and get as much speed on the flat ground to even make it up this thing. So note to self, do not get the $30 per day cheapest that you can find on Turo, because it will not help you out. But yeah, we'll get you some good views here in about 20 minutes. We're hiking up to that peak up there, so see you shortly. So this is our last day waking up in Hilo, last day waking up to this beautiful view we have out here. I've literally been all morning just watching humpback whales come by. There's probably been at least like 10 of them, so it's a pretty cool sight to see, honestly, so I'm gonna miss this place. But I think we're about to head to some breakfast real quick, and then drive over to Kona again. Probably do some snorkeling, and then we're gonna go swim with the manta rays later as well, so that'll be really fun, and we'll definitely get some really good footage of that. So probably see you over in Kona.
How's your breakfast? Good.
Very good.
I got my favorite juice again. I'm literally obsessed with these things. I hope I can find them back in Arizona. If not, I'm gonna cry. We came to this place called Poke Inside. They obviously have poke in there, and then they have breakfast. That's what Preston got. And then it's just like in this little farmer's market area. Stop to grab some coffee at this place called Kona Mountain Coffee. This is the best coffee I've had, in my opinion, in all of Hawaii since we've gotten here. So much that we had to grab some coffee to bring back. I got, where is it? It's like a little small 2-ounce bag. It says it makes like 6 cups of coffee. This is ground coffee in the flavor Hawaiian hazelnut, which I'm excited to try that. And then I got a full whole beans coffee of their signature roast, which is what they said they put in their actual like drinks that they sell. So that will be really good to bring back home. Preston's just looking for some beaches that we can go to while we're waiting for our manta ray tour. And yeah, that's pretty much all we're up to at the moment. Just spent some time at the beach. We actually met up with someone we know from Arizona who lives here now. Had a good time catching up with them. Now we're at this restaurant called Papa Kona, I believe.
Got a beautiful view out here too.
Yes, very beautiful view. Got some burgers for lunch. Gonna enjoy these and then probably walk around some shops. The manta rays last night were absolutely unreal. I think we both had like an amazing time, would you say?
It was amazing. It was really cool. They were massive.
Yeah. He said he liked the pilot whales better still, but that was honestly pretty crazy. They were literally coming up and like doing barrel rolls right below us to the point where like their wings were touching our bodies. Like it was pretty crazy, I have to say. I would do that 100 times over. But yeah, now we're just headed to the airport to head on over to our last island of our trip. So we will see you guys in Maui.